stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? Can you stand the rain? What's up, family? It's your boy DMK. We're back with King Talk. Once again, we got so much to talk about. It's been such a long time since I've been with you guys. I got my boy Akili with me today. We just here chilling. We just here talking. This is what we do in the sanctuary live here. We're gonna be here every Thursday, and me and Leroy gonna be here every Wednesday because we got some music to put out. Check out my music page, Darius Marquis, and we here. You just heard me playing "Can You Stand the Rain." That's just what I had in the repertoire right now. That's what I had on my mind. So, what you got going on today, bro?
Man, Darius, shoot, life, but we stay blessed. And I can say, look, it's funny you play King Stay in the Rain, with the storm we had in Houston. Prayers to everybody who are affected by this winter storm going out. But
Mm-hmm.
I look at it as a way just that, storms always pass. And, that's what, I say the beauty of what I've experienced through the journey so far. So,
Storms do pass.
amen. And look, live to tell, to find the beauty of it. And that's where the true growth starts. Gotta be thankful for them storms that come
Be
sometimes.
thankful for the storms. I was preaching to myself earlier, and I was saying, really, out of all the things I've been through, everything that happened, God turned it around for my good. What the devil meant, what the devil tried to do, it all balances out each and every time to where I shouldn't even been worried about that because God has something better. And that's what I want to say about a lot of things going on right now. It may seem like you're struggling with this. A lot of people feel like they're losing their mind because Trump is president. I love Trump. But I got to say this. First of all, because he's releasing the JFK records, the MLK records, and the RFK records. He actually signed an executive order today to do that. So, I mean, if you ask me, that's my nigga. He stands on business. I couldn't see Biden doing any of this. Couldn't see any of that happening with anybody else. Obama didn't even do it. So it just is what it is. We're having conversations that we should have had a long time ago. And in this big year, 2025, it's a 9 year, 5 plus 2 is 7, and then plus 2, it's 9. So that's completion, it's new beginnings, and it's something that we're going to have to prepare for it. And it may seem uncomfortable to a lot of people, but to everybody who's in tune and everybody who knows God for real, not people who hide behind church and pretend like they know God and hold up a book against other people to make themselves feel better and make themselves feel more superior than the next person. What we have here today is change, a change that's, you know, it's something that it's balanced. As I said earlier, it has to balance out. Everything we're going to experience this year is that. So I just want to say that. Also, beginning in 2025, I'm going to start DMK Fest. It's going to be an annual event. Spring, that whole season is DMK season. That's where life, before we had the inauguration on January, what was that, the 20th?
The 20th on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
On MLK Day. Doesn't that mean something? But, and we got to talk about that coon that was up there doing all that nonsense. But the inauguration day used to be on my birthday, March 4th. March 4th. It used to, and it was like that until the early 1920s, I believe. But
Really?
yeah, a lot of people don't know that. Inauguration day used to be March 4th. Also, the beginning of the year used to be in March, spring. They changed it to January in the early 1600s, I believe, around that time. But with that being said, spring is DMK Fest. It represents life, it represents new beginnings, and it represents what I stand for, growth, renewal, change, and everything connected to that. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm having DMK Fest April 12th. You hear that? April 12th. For the price right now is $44. Now listen, I know that sounds steep, but go to, if anybody knows gematria, and this is a secret, I'm putting you all guys on game, put DMK in and it's 44. So I want everybody to give their $44. My stepfather is from the 4-4. So everybody, and he inspired me to up my price because at first it was nothing like what it is now. But for what I'm offering a workshop. I'm offering a piano workshop, a music theory workshop, free food, free drink, um, live music, live DJ. It's really just going to be a very fun time. Giveaways, we're going to have raffles, giveaways. So I want everybody to really prepare for this. It's not something minute. It's not something small. And initially it was going to be my birthday bash, but the reason I'm going all out for this is because in this big year, I have to make changes in my life. You know, the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And I play in church, and a lot of people might not like this, but the devil comes in churches to try to attack the musicians and the prophets of God who are being raised up. And the devil tries to come and use people that we trust, use people that we think we can trust, even though, you know, we got to get our discernment up. That's me. I'm an open book, but there's a lot of that going on. And this year, I'm stepping out on faith in a whole nother way. You see, I've written 2 books. 2. And with that, you know, I'm going to write. I got so many more to write. So much more planned. I can't even put it into words. But I'm doing a lot of talking right now. April 12th, 7:30. Check-in time is 7 o'clock. I want everybody to be there. Everybody who is connected to the art of music. Everybody who wants to get connected with other people with like minds.
Dive deeper.
Everybody who wants to dive deeper. Everybody who wants to step out on faith and just have a good time, because this is the next level. This is a big year, 2025. That sounds like something out of sci-fi, right?
Yeah.
But guess what? A lot of people can't see 100 years, 200 years, 300 years from now, 1,000 years from now. But what we've got coming up is sci-fi for real. It's just the beginning. You know, in 2030, we're going to have some real big stuff happen, but 2025 is the beginning of that. And the future, really, that we're already starting to see is humans merged with AI. Humans merged with basically turn us all into robots, so to speak.
I mean, yeah, like, cause even I got to that is like, you know, in a sense of frequencies.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll use example of recently with TikTok. You kind of got everybody not on the same wavelength, because you know everyone. You have a lot of people scrolling, a lot of people going on live. A lot of people had TikTok as their main like social media platform.
Mm-hmm.
So with everybody kind of off it, everyone's kind of went back to what they had before, and that's just not only on the social media, just with like life, because you know, just everybody has their own frequency. And you never know. I call it divine alignment when you meet people,
Mm-hmm.
and that plays into a sense of frequency. How did they align with you? What were you going on at that moment? What did you need
Mm-hmm.
versus what you actually might have like? Oh, I wanted this, but this is what you need, because you know.
Come scoot over a little bit more so we can get you in the camera.
Because I always believe that there's some higher, there's some, you know,
Yeah, that's cool.
Stairs.
Right.
So you always got to just know that it's always always gonna be something. It's just you gotta just recognize those blessings. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even one step I always look at that is people gotta get comfortable and uncomfortable.
That's it. That's it.
And you know, cause a lot and them uncomfortable places are scary because you're not familiar. A lot of people don't know what about it makes them uncomfortable. Sometimes you can go to a place where it's completely safe,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not you. But the feeling that comes from it isn't what you're used to. So you kind of go back to what you digress into what you find is natural for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
To you remain uncomfortable instead of getting comfortable because you never know a version of yourself you can find in those situations of uncomfortability. And even times right now, instead of like conforming to what's going on around you, find a sense of you in the disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Because amidst all that, there's always brings opportunity. I think that's a Chinese proverb. Amidst chaos, there's always brings opportunity.
That's right. And listen, we're not trying to scare anybody. I'm not trying to scare anybody about what may or may not happen pertaining to what's going on in the world. Um, and being uncomfortable, there's joy in that because at a certain point, you have to be fed up with the status quo and going on to get along and doing the same repetitive thing over and over and over and having the same mindset. Life is about growth, change, development, life, love, and you do it um, with humility. You're supposed to do it with humility. Um,
I can say that's the scary part.
but yeah, I mean, listen,
Scary part.
going up and it's really not hard. It can be scary to be, humble, but life will humble you. That's what I'm learning.
Hmm.
It'll just do it on its own. And I have to be at the point where, you know, I can't fight every battle. Can't slap the shit. I'm sorry, can't cuss. Can't slap everybody. Can't hurt everybody. But I can say, God, you got my back. And I've seen it happen in the snap of a finger. So, you know, I can say I'm blessed. But the future, really, we're going into a type 1 civilization. I don't even think we're a type 1 civilization yet.
What's that mean?
Well, it's a scale, I think Karvashov scale or Kirchhoff scale. It's something that it's a scale which I'm like, well, how would you know what to gauge other planets' civilizations' growth from? You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
What stage? What type? What is I mean, they have type 7 civilizations. But where'd you get that from? Who influenced the scale? Who set the standard? So I'm saying, as we move into a type 1 civilization, like, let's say, water-powered cars, let's say we can harness the energy of the sun, let's say we can build a civilization on Mars, have a space elevator, or just basically every other means of transportation is like basically like the Jetsons hovercraft type situation.
Okay.
And then since we're having this global warming situation, they're implementing green energy into like cars and buildings and stuff. Like building trees and natural trees, well, artificial trees, artificial green stuff to basically create carbon dioxide and fight the hole that's burning in the ozone layer and all that stuff. We're moving towards a civilization like electric cars, but everybody's electric and the energy that we use is more.
Even the transition into solar power, but then you have a lot of solar salesmen and just the solar energy between even Tesla having
Mm-hmm.
solar energy company and just a whole bunch of different ones, and then with all that extra solar energy like they're able to buy the energy off you for you to then make a profit from the energy you collected from what you have from your houses, and that's kind of what they're also implementing into what we got
Yeah.
going on right now. I see it because I wouldn't say I'm old fashioned, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm only used to the gas. And I mean, I see the pros that come with electric. It's healthier on the environment, more efficient, especially in times of like weather conditions, especially
Mm-hmm.
with storms when you can't rely on the system. You have your
Mm-hmm.
solar power. So I mean, there is pros, but I don't know why the transition is like I'm uncomfortable. And maybe with other people, I see a lot of people say, "Oh yeah, that's the future. Got to get on it."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shoot, maybe I ain't progressed with the times yet, but
Well, listen, Trump invested. He made $1 billion today off of Trump coin. He created a coin.
oh,
A what's it called?
Bitcoin form
Yeah,
digital currency.
yeah. He created his own currency. So that's what's going on. I mean, and he made $1 billion off it in one day. You know, this guy it's crazy. He um,
It's good business. I will admit that.
it took work. He put in that work.
For a business perspective, that's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Like I will admit that. Shoot, I wish I knew.
He's setting his, and this is what I want, a dynasty. He's setting his tone for a dynasty to be talked about years and years and years, because a lot of the people that were movers and shakers in society and in the world, excuse me, everybody didn't agree with them. Everybody didn't agree with them. But after they left, like I heard a video the other day, they interpreted Hitler with AI. I know a lot of people ain't gonna like this. They interpreted him with AI.
I've seen a little bit
This guy sounds like fucking brilliant. Excuse my language.
of that.
This guy sounds brilliant. This guy sounds like somebody I would like to talk to. Because guess what? The reason that they were able to make Nick Cannon recant everything he said about that community, I'm not even going to say their name because they own YouTube, but that community, everybody who's been um, alluded to being sacrificed and um, tagged and spiritually gang stalked in this music industry and in Hollywood and all that is by that community. Our people are being oppressed by that community. The same people that killed Martin Luther King, even though he sat and drank with them and ate tea with them and got money from them, which is a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. They took him out, and that was y'all's leader. I can't really say mine, but that was y'all's leader, Martin Luther King. And guess what? I don't understand to this day how you can justify wanting to merge with people who hate you, hate your guts, hate you, and you want to eat at their restaurant so they can spit in your food, put a booger in your food. I heard Michi X say that the other day. And that's just, it is what it is. And you fought so hard to get it. And now, to this day, I have to worry about not even just a white person, a Mexican person. A lot of Mexicans don't like black people. They hate black people.
They don't like us on the fact that we don't get along with each other.
Okay, but still, they don't like us. So they'll do whatever. Spit on your food, put a pubic hair on your burger, whatever they want to do. All because of hate. And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if we don't like each other, we don't get along. Everybody don't get along. White people fight amongst each other too, but they're different. We're just lost out here. We're lost. We've been prisoners of war since 500, 600 years.
No, you was in the beginning of time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
shoot. No,
You see why I got this crown on, y'all? Because that's a reminder of what we are and what we should represent. That's my whole brand. Even though I'm still growing my brand, we're royalty. Not all of us carry ourselves that way. But me personally, I know my people come from royalty. So miss me with all that. Telling me what I am and what I'm not.
yeah.
Trump ain't the only king in here. Trump is not the only king. And really, to be honest, he's a puppet. I'm sorry to say that. No matter how much money you have, you got to acknowledge when you're a puppet. Martin Luther King was a puppet. Trump's a puppet for a greater agenda. A lot of these people, Kamala Harris was a puppet. Biden was a puppet. They all have an agenda. You know, and it reminds me of a music video that Kanye put out. I think it was called Fame, whatever music video that was. They were all in bed with each other naked. Trump, Kim Kardashian, Kanye, Obama, Oprah Winfrey, all of them. They were all, it was, of course, it was fake, but it was wax figures. But he's telling you what's going on. They're all in bed with each other. And it's you down here, peasants, that they run that game on. Who to vote for, who to do this. Trump and Obama was at Jimmy Carter's funeral laughing and just geeking. Just like Diddy parties, they have political parties. And not the political parties, Democrat, Republican. They have behind the scenes freak offs. This is what they do. This is the world. And they run that on you guys to keep this thing going. Because y'all need a savior. You need somebody to believe in. You need somebody to vote for. Instead of looking within yourself and saying, hey, what do I need to change to make my life better? Not waiting on nobody else. Because a lot of people said when Trump was going to get in, we might as well just pack up our bags because we're going back to slavery. We're going to camps. But guess what? I believe if that happened, I believe if they said slavery was legalized tomorrow, a lot of y'all would say it was God's will. A lot of y'all would give into it. A lot of y'all would say, well, you just got to obey. We ain't got no fighting us. We don't have anything but Gucci belts, weave, eyelashes. As my brother said, contempt for one another. And we do. We're crabs in the bucket, especially Houston. That's why I don't go to these gigs and these I don't do gigs. I do freelance work. I do a gig every now and then for someone I like. And I'm not leaving the house for less than, if it's a gig, I'm not leaving the house for less than 300. I'm not leaving the house, and if it's church, I don't see church as a gig, so I might do that for free. And I've done funerals for free, and I don't do weddings for free. You got to have that money for that. But yeah, but you know, we had somebody at my grandma's job. Her husband passed away suddenly in a car wreck. I played at that funeral, and I just don't mind, you know, because it is what it is. I'm me. I'm Darius Marquis Kendrick. God has given me this gift, so I have to use it the right way. But, you know, what was I talking about?
Oh, we was
I forgot what I was talking about.
so yeah, you ventured off, and I'm like, yeah, I couldn't get back on traction.
Mm-hmm.
You was in the zone. I'm letting you have it. Oh no, basically in a way of control. Just got Trump becoming in control, and everyone's in bed with each other, and just in terms of control.
They're all puppets. They run that on y'all. And I'm starting to think this is like a simulation and everybody's in on this. Because how can everybody be so naive? How can everybody be so willing to just give in? You know, Dick Gregory said it like this, the late, great Dick Gregory. He said,
Great emphasis on great. I'm sorry.
yeah, thank you. Because he said, you vote for the lesser of the two evils, it makes you evil yourself. And when I heard that, I'm like, wow. And then right before Dick Gregory died, he said, you don't know the impact of what you just did of voting Trump in. And that was back in 2017. This man done beat all
my
the
first time voting.
allegations.
This is my first time voting.
You voted for him?
No, I didn't vote for
Okay.
him. I was look. I'm young and I'm under the like, oh man, he about to do all this ignorance. I'm like, man, oh man, I don't want to do it. But I'm like, oh well.
Well, they have, you know what a snake does? They, especially a boa constrictor, they just slowly wrap around and get you, and they just slowly squeeze. They don't just bite you like the other snakes. The big ass snake, they just slowly clamp. Then they'll let you go a little bit, let you get some breath, slowly clamp in, and that's what I feel like is happening. Like I like Trump, but I'm here to tell you, it's all a game. We don't have a savior. We don't have anybody to come and I'm gonna talk about the savior stuff later. But as far as right now, with the human people that we put faith in, we don't have that. No Obama, no Trump, no Kamala, none of that. I want you guys to get that out of your thick skull, please, because a lot of my people my age, especially because a lot of you preachers out there, you might want to tune in because you are nosy and you might see this. A lot of the reason that young people are not in your church because you're not talking like this. You're not telling them anything about what's going on for real. You're capitalizing, telling them that what they need to do is give more money. You're telling them that you're keeping them at a place of need and lack so you can get more money. And I don't think that's right. How you going to lie on God? How you going to say God needs their money when God created everything?
A lot of stuff is really man-made constructs, and because it's funny because we really a lot of the stuff that we put value in the material stuff
Mm-hmm.
doesn't really hold the value that like the government looks at. Cause it's like in a way, if a company knows they can market something to you that really doesn't have the value of what you actually need in this world,
Mm-hmm.
then are you really winning or are you just playing the game that they want you to play in? Because I found like I don't know like the show called South Park. They made an episode talking about Trump and his like
Mm-hmm.
from his 2017 election. In a way, just talked about how getting a reaction from people with the reaction getting the reaction instead of the initial action. So in a way of the initial action is basically looked over by all the reaction because people are forgetting of the origin of what they're reacting to. They're
Mm-hmm.
more so reacting on the reactions of other people, and
Mm-hmm.
then they're letting that market that make monetize, which throws off the initial action. Because then, if you look at what was the initial,
Speaking the mic, not too hard, but yeah.
if you look at what's actually being reacted to and what's actually initially discussed, you can actually solve the problem better. But since everyone goes off the reaction instead of the initial problem, it just breeds more confusion, and that's what can put you further back instead of getting closer to how to solve the problem in the long run.
Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I don't forgot what I was talking about now.
Giving you a headache?
No, it's cool. Go ahead. What was you saying?
Nah.
What was you talking about? That was it.
No. I was just talking about how people react off of a reaction instead of just diving in, like looking at studying the initial problem or the initial question that's initially being asked. So, say if Trump did a ban, for example, on he's doing an extra tariff for like raising taxes, but doesn't initiate any plan or implement anything to start that initial conversation. But everyone reacts already to the notion before it even happens.
Mm-hmm.
They can just like raise it up by little, and you would almost think he did the big raise when he didn't do nothing at all. But everyone's reacting to it so fast that you're not even letting him finish what he initially started.
That's what brainwashing will do. Yeah. People are brainwashed. Listen, y'all. I'm just here to say, Trump, all this, it's fake. All of this, it's a play. It's a stage. The world is a stage That's why I'm getting ready to take it and do what I can with it. But we not talking about no um Trump and all this and Harris and what should happen. What Michelle Obama needs to do when she needs to run in 2028. It's all the same. I was gonna say it's all bullshit, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it because in a polite way. It's all nonsense. Now next,
I see that these the same game they've been playing from the start.
of course, the Palisades burned down and a lot of other places in California burned down. How? How the trees burned down? I mean, how the houses burned down? Everything, all the things in the house, all the belongings, everything. But the trees still stand with leaves on them, right in front of the house. And then it's a city by the ocean. A city by the ocean burns down, but none of the trees burn down. All the houses burn down. Does that make sense?
I do. You're
In a forest fire, a wildfire.
You're the easiest state to water.
The easiest state to water burned down.
But I look at that as in a societal standpoint. How do we not have? How are we not?
How are there not torches? It should have been like the L.A. riots because, and I'm not talking about burning down your own neighborhood. I'm talking about burning down the people's homes that didn't burn down, and the ones like Gavin Newsom's house. I'm talking about that because ain't no way in the world we should be content as a people out of all the stuff that's happened. I remember in 2021 we had the freeze here, and I knew it wasn't gonna happen this year because it just felt different. But I'm talking about as bad as it did, where all the power went out for weeks.
Oh.
Yeah, that I think it was called Uri or whatever it was,
Something like
ice storm in
Uri-
2021.
Uri 2021, but you're on the right track. You're painting the picture very well. You're painting the picture very well.
And that everybody's power went out for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. We
Pipe
had to
burst.
boil pipe burst, couldn't use the toilet. We had to we almost had to think about going down to the lake down there and getting some water and boiling it, like the old school.
But that actually had an alert. It was like a boil water ban. You had to do that for at least a month.
Yeah, we had to do
All
yeah.
That was the place.
We had to boil our water for quite a minute. So I'm saying, but even while the power was out, we almost ran out of cases of water. So I was like, we're gonna have to see if we can get an ice straw. I mean, not an ice straw, a life straw or something like that, or something like that, so we can get some water down there. But it was crazy, and we weren't prepared as much as we should have been. Now, my mom's house, we were able to go over there and get some stuff over there. But listen, I'm here to tell you this stuff ain't no joke. They ain't playing with you. A lot of people we went a week without power. Imagine some of these other people who went a month without it. 2, 3 months. So ever since then, we always got water in the house. Ever since then, we got cans, we got bread. I make sure when I go to the grocery store, I shop in bulk, so we never have to. It's not like we almost died, but I'm saying,
Nah, but it's
just
that-
thinking about,
yeah,
okay, this is real.
the extra preparation. It's like you never know when the next one's gonna come. Especially
Right.
when you never experienced it for the first time already.
Right. Got half a case of water left, and then we don't know when the power's gonna come back on.
Oh no, I gotta go get more.
And this is the thing. And it was crazy that ice, you pick it up. It wasn't like the snow we had the other day.
No.
You pick it up, it would burn. You put a lighter to it, it would burn.
Yeah, 2021, but that was ice. Like,
That was something else. So what I'm saying is we can't keep playing with this. It happened, there's the fires in LA, the ice here, the water, it is earth, wind, and fire. It's crazy. And you know what's crazier? Back in 2021, something like that, I had a dream that Trump it was like he was in his
Okay.
Oval Office. He said, "Go," and something like that. Pressed the button, and it was like a wildfire scorched America from New York all the way down to Florida. It was a big wall of fire, and it was scorching going towards the West Coast, burning everything in its path, all of America. And people were like a huge crowd of people were running from it. And that's what I feel like, God speaks to me, and I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like um, as we cross over into the fourth dimension, we're going to experience some real powerful stuff. Earthquakes in places that we've never experienced them before. All types of stuff. We have to prepare. And the strong, the chosen ones, we're going to be. I love it. I love this because, God will show me. I'll see it.
Ready?
Huh?
You war ready?
I'm war ready, but I don't even think it's. Yeah, I'm war ready. Actually, it is war ready. But, I had dreams about that. Where I was actually war ready.
Hey, look.
And it's other stuff like it's a game, but it's not a game. We take it seriously. It's a game. We elevate day in, day out. We do this thing. We put in the work. We elevate, and we do that. Um, I want to talk about. No, you got something to say?
Nah. Well, I knew you was about to wrap it up, but I was just gonna say my theory, because I ain't gonna lie, because I want to tie into what Nipsey Hussle said and what he read and what he
Mm-hmm.
quote. I don't know where his origin got it from, but it was more so: would you rather be at peace with yourself and at war with the world, or at peace at the world with war with yourself? And I can kind of see like how the reality of how the world looks. A lot of people are having those conflicts within themselves,
Uh-huh.
and it's kind of in a way like we're looking for lost people to help us, because even though we're lost ourselves, but that's
Mm-hmm.
not who we need to seek.
That's right.
That's not who we need to seek. That's because shoot, instead of letting the lost people like guide you and make you more lost, shoot, you gotta give it to the man God. You gotta give it to.
Got to.
You got to, because there's no like he sees what you don't see, he hears what you don't hear.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta, let your fight, let not fight, let your faith lead you, and not your sight, because
Mm-hmm.
that faith can lead you to deeper truths, actually realer truths,
Mm-hmm.
truths that you actually need for yourself to know how to keep taking, instead of letting them steps be with faith, is also with confidence and faith too, and your belief is stronger. So definitely gotta,
It's all within you.
amen.
Because guess what? When I was talking about dreams and all that, I have dreams a lot about, when I was talking about those futuristic cities earlier, these are Earth-like cities. They're like very futuristic, um, like flying cars, um, like hovercrafts. Everything's tall, a lot of greenery. It's kind of hard for me to describe, but it's just real and it's so tangible every time I have these dreams. But I'm doing the real things of of what I feel like my creator. You know, they say within the next 500 to 1,000 years, human beings will be able to have basically superpowers, right? That's what they are saying. They're saying we're evolving, and it's a slow but sure process. But what I'm saying is, think about it like this: in Revelations 20, they talk about that millennial reign of Christ. Just think about it, and maybe I'm just thinking out loud, and maybe I'm wrong, but just think about this:
It's food for thought. Keep going.
the millennial reign of Christ is here. Christ will come down to earth. In the millennial reign of Christ will be down on here on earth. So if you're dying and going to heaven, and heaven is coming to earth for 1,000 years, what does that mean? And then there's no time when you die. There's no time in the afterlife. Food for thought. So that millennial reign of Christ, what was Christ able to do? Walk on water, turn water into wine, heal the sick, raise the dead, do all these other things. Countless. Disappear, reappear, raise himself from the dead, resurrect. And he said, all this I do, you can do, you may do also. And the reign of Christ, and he said he's here to do the will of his Father that sent him. His Father. He wasn't even God and was able to do all of that. And some say he was God, birthed into the flesh. But how about this? We're all God, birthed into the flesh. And that Christ that you're waiting on is right there within you. How about when the Christ consciousness returns? Maybe when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody can come to the Father but through me. Maybe he wasn't saying that as a means of you have to accept me and take me as this illusion of what the people who really killed me. The Roman Catholics killed Christ. The Romans killed Christ. What they taught you to believe accepting me was. But to accept Christ is to accept the power that God instilled inside of you. That's the power of Christ. That's the finished work. And you got to embrace that each and every day. But a lot of us, we got that other thing inside of us. The thing that's opposite of Christ in this world, right? And that's what we got to work through. Christ's millennial reign is going to be down here on earth.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about you and your life, brother, but I know in your experience you definitely share the other side that we know that the other side that we know God ain't there. Like that, people are able to operate in that side way more easier. I'm saying that even for myself, like, cause I've times, I'm human like everybody else. Like I could say I fell for the other side, and it was easier than the godly side. But once I saw the other side and changed the perspective, it just allowed more than blessings to come and be understood, and you kind of you can say you're more thankful for that side of yourself that you have.
Right.
And I can say that for me, like I'm thankful because at times I kind of question that those pieces about me, like why am I blessed with that? Why do I have that? But with time and patience and the trust and in the faith, show me why it's the best thing that's ever that made me me.
Mm-hmm.
That go well, not just me. I'm pretty sure that go for anybody who discovered that about themselves. So, big kudos to y'all for just finding that out. It's a blessing. I hope y'all enjoying it too.
Yeah. I know. I know. Can't nobody tell me that Christ ain't walking with me, because anything I put my mind to, I succeed in it. Anything they used to say when I was in school, we love Darius, but he just doesn't apply himself. I knew y'all were teaching me nonsense. Other than the 2 + 2 and the 2 + 4 and all that other stuff, everything else was nonsense. But what I applied myself to, I take advantage of, and I own it. I own it, and I dominate it. If I were to take up comedy tomorrow, I would dominate it. And take it serious, I would dominate it. Like, look at Leroy. Oh, I'm sorry, I called him Leroy over here. Look at Akili over here. This is one ugly motherfucker right here.
Man, screw you. Forget you, bro. Man.
I'm joking, bro. I'm joking. This is my guy. I'm joking. But you the ugly motherfucker.
All right, it's cool.
I'm joking.
It's cool. You ugly too, but it's cool.
I know. It's cool. It's cool. And I can accept that. I can accept that. I can accept that. Even though I got my hose in you. But this is the thing.
Okay.
the sanctuary. Yeah, this is what it is, and I can't lie. I can't lie. I just have to tell the truth. Everybody that now I'm gonna change the subject now. Everybody that we call family is not family.
Mm.
We have people like when I was a kid and I first started playing the keyboard. I had an older cousin. I had won a talent show at Silver Lake Church out in Pearland, and he was there. And afterwards, this guy, with me and my grandma, we had just moved in this house, and we had all, me, him, and my grandma, we went to Kroger's, and we was walking through the store. She was on the phone bragging about her grandson and all that he was able to do. And he said, I hope every one of your fingers break off.
He's hanging out his spite.
That's random.
That is random. Wow.
We always used to fight and argue.
I mean,
But because he was always like that. He was always a hater. Always a hater. But when I heard that, I'm like, dang, you really just hate me, don't you? And sometimes it's them light-skinned niggas, huh?
you asked him that?
No. I already knew he hated me, but I just had that realization.
Oh, okay. Oh.
But I already know
Yeah,
he was a hater. I already knew he was a hater. And my grandma turned around, don't you ever say no shit like that. What's wrong with you? And I was, I'm like, wow. He wishes my fingers would break off. Cool. So that's what I'm here to say. And then recently, his grandma's, I was at my mom's house, and this is my aunt Angie. She's like drunk. She's like, Darius, you need to give some music on the radio.
Right.
You need to play like this. You need to tell a story with your song, son. And I wanted to say, bitch, I do that. What are you talking about? Shut up. This is why nobody likes you, right? But old me would have really said that.
Yeah.
Now I just say, hey, you can pick your. This is what my Uncle Daryl used to say. You can pick your friends, but not your family. And I just want to say that. I've had so many times these micro expressions and microaggressions that I got to walk on eggshells, and I feel like I can't be myself. I can't be truthful. Ain't no more of that. I'm standing on business this year with family, whoever it is. I've had people in the family steal from me. I've had people make excuses for the family member who stole from me. And God rest his soul, I miss him. But that was wrong. I love that man. Some people may know what I'm talking about. I love my uncle to death. But some people make excuses for family when no excuse should be made. With their family, they can do this. Their family should do that. Had a cousin steal from us. She came out here and stole from it. And my uncle said, because it was about 2 weeks later, we're like, well, I couldn't find this, couldn't find that. He was like, well, you couldn't find it that long. You didn't need it. See, shit like that, that's why, you see what I'm saying? I believe a thief should have his hands cut off. I really do. Because work ain't that hard. You can go to work. Anybody can get a job. But for you to steal, it's a certain amount of disrespect. You don't care about your life. You don't care about others. But family can steal from you. Family can lie to you. All that. I had I have somebody who just lies. And this is not a family member, but I kind of see him like that. Just lies. Like that. It's like, why'd you lie? This is a grown 50-year-old man. Why are you lying?
Like it's a sport.
Like, are you afraid? Like, because children, when they're afraid, they lie.
Yeah.
I don't lie now because I'm not afraid.
I don't want to get caught.
I'm not going to lie now because I'm not afraid. So what are you lying for? As a grown ass, what are you lying for as a grown man?
That came from the soul.
What are you lying for? Somebody said, I saw somebody I went to school with not too long ago. He was like, you still soft-spoken? after all these years, I'm like, I can be. You know, I am most of the time. But when it gets there,
Huh.
you like, oh, that you said that from your soul, yeah. But listen, people who lie, men who lie, because women, you know, we know they lie. But men, a grown man, for you to lie, eh, you don't have my respect. Just lie for no reason.
No
I ain't
objection.
really had too many mentors that I can respect. I haven't really had too many, because it seems like after I get a certain age, I'm like, this guy full of shit. A lot of people that I entrusted in,
Mm.
full of it. And when it comes to family and people that we entrust in, a lot of times it could be our detriment. But that's just a part of life and the learning experience. You got anything you want to say about that?
I could say one major lesson just with family, like the thing of jealousy, envy, and greed.
That's something.
Nah, and I don't, cause I ain't gonna lie, it caused a discourse.
Because your cousin is Travis Scott, right?
Yeah, but it kind,
Close cousin.
and it kind of just, and even with that, it wasn't like nothing bad. It's just like I said, just a lot of egos and pride got in the mix, like jealousy, envy, greed.
Mm-hmm.
Just I feel like I'm entitled to this. I should get this.
Mm-hmm.
But in a way, that's not how our come up was. That's not how we were raised. We're raised with family led first. Love of the family leads first, cause
Mm-hmm.
like that's not what we had. So it's just, cause even I ain't gonna lie. Then after like him blowing up, that's like we had to get reminded. Like my grandma was so 10 toes on the, even after our grandfather passed. Like it's family over everything. Like no matter
Mm-hmm.
good, bad. Like I understand there's bad. There's misunderstanding in the bad. There's not all truths coming out. Like she's adamant because that's the forefront of what she led and taught us. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
remembering those things, and it's patience, and with time and everybody's age, patience isn't we're not everyone's blessed to have it. I will honestly say, because I've had family members who have passed away with not really at peace. Well, to my eyes,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they were
A
at
lot
peace.
of us, a lot of us in our community die like that.
Yeah, and like I'm like, dang, they not at peace. They not like, I'm leaving bad terms with this person,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of that can add, like, because that adds generational trauma. So I'm not gonna lie, like recently with my dad, me and my pops, our grandfather died. My grandfather, his dad died like about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like right before my grandpa passed, like I watched him like have a moment of, he wanted to make sure he, like, from his teachings and what he did while he was here, he did one thing right, and like he was like, yo, your dad take you to church still. I'm like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I've watched him, like his body, after telling me that, he felt like he had peace.
Mm-hmm.
Because mind you, I'm the first one in that family that even get higher than a high school degree. No one has really gotten past a high school degree. So
Mm-hmm.
for him to watch me go through high school, then get college, and he kind of had that moment of peace before he was able to pass, it was kind of relieving. Because even my dad, before, like, the moment like my grandfather passed, my dad literally had a dream that he was having a phone call with him, the last phone call they had. Then I'm knocking on his room door. I said, yo, your dad's in the hospital. He woke up like, I just had a dream. I was on the phone with him. So it's just, remaining, like I said, that's one thing. My family told me, just remain in unity,
Mm-hmm.
thick, thin, bad or good. Like they said, like, you can't choose your family. That's who.
You can't.
And like I've been in situations in my life where it's like, yo, you can be rock bottom, and you be at that rock bottom and have a problem with certain people, but that one person you have a problem with is the one that actually was the one helping you the most. And
Mm-hmm.
in a way, that shows you remain thankful for those people in your family, even if you're on bad terms with them. Because when you wish, I got my friend this solid, they wasn't there, but that family member who you said was, I got a problem with, ego and pride, jealousy, envy, like all that, they were still there. And you can't call that, for a favor. I'm doing this for this reason. That's love, because they didn't ask you to do that. They did it out of
Mm-hmm.
pure love. They have to
Pure
do
love.
for it.
I'm thankful for the people who love me and my family, like the real, genuine love. And I'm not saying even the people who hate and act
There's always a
like
balance because I'm not taking that away from anything that you said at all. Like there's always the other side, but just it's always I always look at finding a way to find the beauty in the other side, knowing that recognizing of the bad that can really overshadow the good, and like the genuine hearts of us as just humans, is just always remembering that. That's how I always just operate. So my bad.
what are you apologizing for? I'm agreeing with you. I'm saying
No, I feel
I'm
like I was cutting you
thankful
off.
for the
I was
people.
cutting you off.
You good. I think the people who really stand on what they believe are the people that sometimes rub me the wrong way.
I can agree with that.
Sometimes because
I can agree with that.
I'm like it's that older ones like that
Yeah.
auntie. My Aunt Hope said you don't need to lose no more weight. You're skinny. Don't lose no weight. And I understand what you mean, but really, like lady, for real, I'm not even gonna say it because I love my auntie, but don't, you know, like come on, you already know better than that. You know better than that.
I'll be
Just
wanting
don't
to
say
step.
it.
I'll be
So
wanting to
what?
step back. It's like
I have to
I love
count to
you.
10 all the time because I don't play.
I'll be putting my hand for like.
I'm crazy. So what I'm saying is we gotta do better as a people. We gotta treat each other with respect and how we would want to be treated. Stop body shaming each other. Like my mom said something. I post something. It was something with my shirt off, and she like you with this little body of yours, and da 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 da.
You talking about this last thing you posted recently?
Either one, it probably was. Yeah, it is what it is. You think
Dang.
it's funny too, and y'all can laugh, but I'm gonna keep doing it
I'm
because it's
laughing because
me.
your mama's the one that said. I'm like, dang, mom.
But she, when she was pregnant, she had her big ass on Facebook. So if y'all can talk about me, I can talk my shit too.
I'm in agreement. Like, if you can do it, I feel like
I can
I can
do
do
it.
it too.
It's everybody's got self love out here. Everybody's got self love. So if y'all can love yourself, I can love myself. I don't need a surgery. I don't need nothing. I don't need none of that. All I need to do is continue being me.
Love you for you.
I love me for being me. And we were all skinny at one point in the family. Um, I'm speaking of them. I still am. The wait'll come. So what's the real issue? If you know that'll come.
They know
What do you
something you don't.
what's the problem? So I'm just saying, the family thing, I love the family. But we gotta treat each other with respect.
100% agree.
Treat each other with respect. And I love them. You know, I believe in making excuses and all that, but that comes after repercussion. If a family member steals, they need their ass beat, and then we forgive. And then we forgive. Then we move on.
He's like, nah, there's still got to be a
It's like, you remember
consequence.
when he did that? Oh, yeah, we beat his ass.
No, we need a
But he's good
consequence.
now.
We still need a consequence just
Yeah.
to show the.
We love him, but we had to beat his ass.
Yeah, it's all because it's still love in the end. It's like, all
My
right.
little brother don't get popped enough. He's going to be a monster. I got popped. But what we need to do, we need to bring it back to where we really um, fear. There's no fear. There's no respect. There's no reverence. It's just everybody roams free because this is a woman dominant society.
It's no structure like the found. Cause I look at anything when young boy or girl foundation. That's the core. Like when I mean by foundation, I mean just the structure of how the child is developed in any situation, good or bad.
Mm-hmm.
Because just instilling a sense of a structure between, hey yo, listen to your adults, follow instructions, like whatever is in each individual household. I can't speak on everyone is the exact same, but just having just that strong structure foundation to where they grow. On top of that, it can only go good. it can't grow to lead to destruction. It can grow to lead to more life. Because life should lead to more life. Life should not lead to. You should not be able to live life to know you can point it to death. You should be able
Mhm.
to point it to where the life can keep going. Because if you're pointing it to the death, then what does that then say about your own life?
Mm-hmm. Something to think about.
Like, you got to be able to, like, if you, I even look at like just having sex. If you're able to have sex to bring more life, how you raise that life should lead to more life being made, not to I brought life to then have it destroy the life that I'm living. And that's just with anybody because you can't. That's why teaching, make sure the next generation, what we have, even though it's trauma that we have to work on ourselves, we shouldn't have to bring that to our kids.
Can you hand me that remote on top of that fan right there? Thank you.
It should
You got it.
lead
Thank
to
you.
Our next generation, our kids having to fix and restructure what we've had on ourselves, what we can do while we're here to make sure that they are put in a better spot because they're the future. And
Mm-hmm.
it's, even though we're still the future to our parents, but they're the future to our legacy that we have.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta know that we're putting our hands in what's the next gen because who knows? They can re-help you, bring the legacy that you can still leave for yourself outside of your offspring.
You went on a tangent there, brother.
Hey,
I'm joking.
nah, but like it's just hey, you never know, cause shoot, you just gotta. Cause I look at it like how my people did me. Like there's points of time like they didn't know where to. They had the tools to point me to the right direction, but they didn't want to point me to those tools.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Wow. Why do you think that is?
And you know, and it's so funny because I asked them that over and over, and I couldn't get a clear answer. Because
Huh.
it amazed me because I'm thinking the way they're handling situations, like man, they don't have the tools, they don't have the resources. It's like dang. So like I'm feel like I'm making it harder for them. But then I'm meeting around them like, oh, they have the tools. So why aren't they using the tools?
Hmm.
Cause I just be sort of like man, like I would like they're saying they don't know what to do. I said, well, dang, maybe I'm being the hard one. But then I meet someone around them that had the tool they were needing. Because then the whole time I would be in a situation, I'm thinking my parents didn't have the right tools to help.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right here. How come
Right.
they maximize you the way that they? Because in a way of practice what you preach, they say maximize your resources.
Mm-hmm.
In that moment, they didn't maximize theirs. I was like, well, I had to maximize your resource for you.
Mm-hmm.
But you were telling me I didn't understand. I'm not taking that away from my parents. It's just they genuinely didn't know, and I kind of look at it from hindsight and insight of they didn't know the tool that they have
Mm-hmm.
when they have it.
Hmm.
And I feel like that's just not from just a parent aspect. That's just from us as people too. Because I could have made that mistake if I was to have a kid. I wouldn't realize that the tool around me that I needed to help are actually the tools I need. Instead of looking at it from, I don't know what perspective it is for them to look at it in that way. So that's from, I want to be honest about that. But just maximizing who people you run because you never know. And it's also the sense of trust. I feel like what I've learned from it,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like they don't trust in themselves to bring what they have to light. They feel like it can bring shame.
So I have a quick question. I know you talk. What is it like being Travis Scott's cousin?
It ain't nothing really. I don't talk about it. I really don't
Mm-hmm.
bring it to light. I really don't even like talk about. Like most people won't even know
Mm-hmm.
until I just say it. But I kind of found that to be unhealthy to me. I've kind of learned in my life because I'm preventing a truth about myself from being brought to light. I'm not ashamed or embarrassed. I just wanted me to be recognized for me and not for like that title. So like I've always operated like even through I was at Prairie View, like I operate the same way. Like I just wanted me to of funny because a lot of people when they hear it, they don't. They always like, ah. It's the I guess the stigma of they found out they were cousins after the fame and everything. So like I just kind of rolled with that narrative. I
Hmm.
don't mind changing. I'm like, all right, cool, easy for me.
Would you say that fame is something you would want because of seeing what he goes through?
Seeing what he goes through, I kind of don't want it.
Okay.
But it's like I wanted it. I'm like, but it's like I just wanted like the respect and recognition. Like the fame, it looked cool on like from a distance, but
Hmm.
then there'd be moments I still wish he was just still big cuz. Like they ain't just be big cuz with me for a
Hmm.
second. So it's like, and I gotta respect that aspect of it. It's like, well, that all come with the job.
Right.
But I mean, like I look at it for me. If it happens, it happens. I'm not gonna really abuse it because I. But who knows what happens in the near future? Who knows? That's how I look at it.
Well, look, I know I'm whether it be fame or this or that and the other. I'm here to be known. I'm here to be in a powerful position. I'm here to do something that will outlast myself. But you know, I'm not too keen on being seen. I might just put that on a shirt. Not too keen on being seen.
I like that on the shirt. That's pretty.
But I do have a message. And that message is royalty, kingdom, mindset, realizing who we are. Um, and it's really not too far from that. I'm not going to deviate from that. Until I close my eyes, that's what I will stand on. You know, I've learned in my experience that it ain't what you think it is. Every time you might think you know, there's a plot twist. Every time you think you might have the answers, there's always more. You know, in Islam, there's a saying that says, seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. Study from the cradle to the grave. And you really don't have a choice because all the knowledge that's out there, you know, in the future, knowledge is going to be a currency. Because by 2100, 2150,
I believe it's the current. It's one of. I believe it's a good currency now.
but a lot of people don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize it, but they won't have a choice but to realize it when they're walking up and down the streets with AI people, artificial people. And y'all think it's a joke, but artificial people, it's gonna be crazy. Like they be like, "You don't have a robot? You don't have a robot? What? I had a robot make some gumbo for me the other day. Like, how do you not have a robot? What's wrong with her?"
I got the old series. My robot don't do that. My robot can barely make me some eggs and bacon. Like, dang. I don't think
Yeah.
he got the new iOS update yet. I don't think he got the new iOS update yet. Shoot.
She doesn't have a robot. Oh my God.
You talking about Susan? Susan from around the corner?
She's poor. She's going through something. Pray for her. But no, this is what we're going to. Tesla's coming out with a robot.
What's it called? Kai, he had, Kai Cenat had him on the stream.
Mm-hmm.
That AI, I think like more than one.
Mm-hmm. And they're going to get more and more human-like and more. And this is what they're going to bring.
I know y'all seen
Man.
iRobot with Will Smith. I'm playing.
Yeah, no, it is. It's true. It's true. It's true. And we like to talk about demons and all this. This is the handiwork of demons. The handiwork of human haters. People who want to wipe out humanity and turn them into what they want to turn us into. They want to turn humanity into. You ever seen that Black Mirror episode when they had the chips in their brain and they
Yeah.
that's what they want to do. Elon Musk has a chip he wants to put in everyone. And in the future, like it's not going to be swiping through your phone. It'll be you just swiping through air where you see it like you just type like that and it's in your brain. They're preparing you for that with all this Oculus stuff. They're preparing you for it.
No,
You just swipe and you swipe left and Swipe right, it's gonna be real.
No, I'm not gonna lie, cause I look mine. Oh well, I just want to say first off, happy. Look, I know it's Lunar New Year coming up. We in the year of the wooden snake, or wrapping up the year of the wooden dragon. Just want to speak on the Lunar New Year aspect of things. But no, it's funny you said that because this I don't know. Naruto got this game on Nintendo Switch called this last Naruto game. They talked about the story mode basically was with the Oculus how like the goggles, the virtual reality is hypnotizing people.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Yeah, and like that's causing a lot of people to be caught in like a hypnosis because of was it certain wavelengths and certain frequencies are coming through your eyes, which is basically one of the five major senses of the human body.
Mm-hmm.
So since that's taking away your eyes, it's letting your eyes believe what it's wanting you to see instead of what's actually
Mm-hmm.
going on. And that's just from like and Naruto's from the east, I think eastern part of the world. So like the other half of the world. So for them to make into a video game reference, and like we're doing it on a worldly scale with VR, Apple, those VR Oculus sets. It's just like certain comedy shows even talked about it, and it's kind of I even look at that as just these comedians know something that we don't know because of being in these certain rooms.
They do. Hollywood, the holly tree, that's what the witches used to use to make their wands
Okay.
and to make their brooms.
Okay.
The holly tree, so Hollywood is what they used to do their witchery. Now, they conjure this stuff, this sci-fi stuff,
Yeah.
that's, they go to the future, they astral project to the future to get that. You know what astral projection is, right?
Nah, I'm not gonna say yes I do. I'm gonna say no I don't.
They basically go out of their body.
Okay.
When their body's here, they soul travel to another dimension or another um, time in the universe to get this knowledge of what's going to happen, what could happen, and all this stuff. Like all these, the government has psychics. A lot of people don't know that. And I'm not trying to get my videos shut down. Well, the government has psychics. So if they believe it and you don't believe it, it's just beyond me. But they have in Hollywood people who are designated to get that information to show you and prime you and prepare you for what's going to come. Like, did you take the jibber jabber in 2020?
Oh, I had to for work.
Okay, so let me tell you something. The people that told us to do that, human haters.
I thought the what organization was that they said that was also with the mandate in order to what I want to say was it the
I don't know, but I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to get shut down.
You're right, my bad.
Because they've taken a few of my videos. That's why I stopped streaming. That's why I stopped doing live streams, y'all. Because they've taken my videos down for even speaking on it, saying the word. And that means I'm powerful. And my voice is powerful for y'all to take little old me down. Barely get 10 views, but y'all found a way to take my video down. But this is the thing.
Hey, one of them 10 was one of the ones that
Because guess what? That community that I was talking about earlier, let me tell you something, y'all. We've got some enemies here. We've got some enemies, and we've got some real people. Like, I had a dream one time that I was in the United Nations. First of all, it started off with me going through this portal through space. It was crazy, like a wormhole, like a space supernova. It was crazy as hell, and I still remember it. So real. But I landed in the United Nations, in this big room where they have all the meetings. All the lights were off, and where the United Nations symbol is, there was a gigantic mouth of fire. Gigantic mouth of fire, and it kept saying, nobody can come to the Father but through me. And it kept saying it over and over and over and over again until the room, and then guess what? There was somebody next to me, don't know who it was, but it was a comforting presence. I looked over at it, whatever it was, I kind of feel like it was my higher self or an angel of some sort because it felt familiar. And I just looked, this comfortable. Yeah, like it was just the energy was like, it's okay.
It just felt warm.
Yeah, like I knew him though. Like I knew him. And it's almost like he had an outfit on that I would own 6 years later, if that makes sense.
No, like, oh, okay, so like.
Because
no,
he had
no,
on
no,
a
no,
blazer and a jacket and a hat that I had on, but I didn't own it at the time I had the dream. Does that make sense?
No, yeah, I'm following you. No.
I ended up,
I completely follow you. You know what I'm saying?
everything that he had on, I had that outfit on one day. I was like, what the hell? But anyway, I looked over at him. He was just looking straight forward, glowing, not afraid. And I was looking, and I'm like, what in the world is going on? And as the thing kept saying that, the whole room got filled with fire, but I was unscorched, untouched. So that no man can come to the Father but through me. You know, the Romans who killed Christ, they're sitting at the top of the Catholic Church right now. A lot of the preachers go over and kiss the rings of the Pope. That's why I left a lot of these churches, and I couldn't be amongst them because they're false. They're false. They're false. They're false. They're false. I can't say it enough. And I'm not going to say any names because I respect, some of y'all may know who I'm talking about. I respect one of them, the one who gave me a shot. All the other ones, and I respect my granddad because I knew his story. All these other guys, they're charlatans. I knew my granddad's story. I saw the struggles he went through day in and day out and get up and preach to a congregation so they can talk about it behind his back like a dog. But he kept doing it because he believed it and he knew it to be true. And he studied all day. He ain't let none of that rent space in his mind. But as far as me, I just got to say, a lot of you guys, you really just don't even have a clue of what is going on. And those who do, for you to not tell the truth purposefully for financial gain, God's going to deal with you in a harsh way. So a lot of them are telling people hell isn't real. I'm here to tell you, just like Christ's millennial reign will come to earth, you know, a lot of us trying to go to heaven, but we don't want to die. But when you go to heaven, it's coming to earth because Christ is going to come to earth and he's going to reign here on earth. But guess what? The Bible speaks of hell too, and it's truth. I've seen dark stuff. I saw a demon slam a door one time. I could tell a story about that. But I'm here to say, some of y'all gonna find out that you can't play with this. You can't play with the things of spirit, the things of truth, things of righteousness.
Hey man, you really talking. You hitting some major.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I'm gonna just say it right now, and I felt that like, yeah.
Hell will be cast into the lake of fire. There'll be weeping, moaning, gnashing of teeth, and nothing but that. You can't breathe in hell, but you can scream until you try to catch breath, but you can't get it. Everything horrible. I can't even say on this stream, there's a place for you, you people out there. And it's a lot of the ones who try to make it seem like they're so holy. That part. And the fakes and the phonies and the charlatans, they're going to have their place there. And there will be no rest. None. People don't want to talk about that part. But I want to tell people, you don't have to be perfect. All you have to do is accept that fact that what Christ put in you, you have it, and you can help other people evolve to that. What Christ told you, you could do. Do the will of your Father. Do the will of the one who created you. You know, even Farrakhan quotes the Bible. A lot of these people out here, as soon as you get in trouble, you say, Jesus Christ. As soon as you get mad, say, oh my God. That's what people say.
True.
And there's a place, a bottomless pit full of darkness, where that's all you hear. Jesus, God, help me. I'm sorry. It's too late. Some people call it, the spiritual community, they'll call it a hell state. I saw him in a hell state. Like one guy,
I've heard that phrase.
I saw this guy when I was, and I'm wrapping this up. I was in high school and my friend's dad had died.
Okay.
And, you know, this guy was telling me in the dream, it was like America but on fire. Like Houston, but like a nuclear war had happened.
Okay, so
And it, yes, smoke everywhere, and there was people walking around like looking like, where am I? Just looking lost and all disheveled. And he came up to me. He was like, I just can't describe it. He just looked blank, like his soul was just not there. He was trying to tell me something. He was like, my wife tell my son this, but he was trying to get out what he couldn't say it. Almost like he was under some, it's just scary. And it felt so real. And he was like, my son this, my son that. And I kid you not, about 3 years later, his son died in a drive-by car accident. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is real. I saw him in a hell state. God showed me that, and I just had to. And a year before his son died, I was having dreams about that scenario, but I just didn't know it was him. But everything that happened with him happened in my dream. I kept having that dream over and over and over again. So I'm telling you guys, it's real. When you hear me tell you stuff, I'm telling the truth. The reason why I feel like some people may have got mad at me at this last church I was at is because of that gift I have right there. I said somebody would probably get sick and pass away. The lady ended up getting sick. They're like, well, what's Darius on? I don't know who told, because I told one lady that, and I thought I thought she was a cougar. She really wanted me though. This lady, all things aside, she said she used to sing with Jagged Edge back in the day. And you know Jagged Edge, they used to run trains, right?
Yeah,
and especially on their background singers.
Yeah,
But she was telling me all types of stuff, telling me her husband couldn't give her kids and all this stuff. And I'm like, ooh, what you want? But with that being aside, I feel like either she told them or whoever. I don't know. But when you confide in women, they destroy everything. I never confide in a woman ever again. I'll never confide in a woman. But back to what I was talking about. When I had that dream that lady passed away, she got cancer again and passed away. No, she didn't pass away, but she got cancer again.
Okay. I'm with you.
And I think she's good now.
That's good.
But one thing we do as chosen ones, we tell people what we see so they can fix it, so they can make a change, so they can pray against it, and all that other stuff. Like if I had a dream something happened to you, and I kept having it, of course some things happen. I would tell you, say, hey, don't go out on this day. Don't do this when if the moon's pink on June the 1st. Don't go out. That's how I operate. And some may call me weird or a witch or a wizard or something like that. It's just the truth.
I call it spiritually sound.
Spiritually sound, yeah.
Because you have a lot of, like my cousin, he talks about his older brother. His older brother had a dream that,
Mhm.
police about to come raid his house.
Mm-hmm.
He initially, he literally got rid of everything he had in his house. And he just trusted. Then literally the next day, cops
Mhm.
came in, busted in. Nothing was there. But he had that dream. He acted on it. It came true. But since he got rid of everything, he knew then, like, okay, I'm done with this. I almost got caught. All that would have been worse. Would have been left. I don't know what in my spirit told me to do it, but I did it. He acted on it, and since then he been like he says nothing but God ever since then, because he literally looks at that moment like this could have went another way
Mm-hmm.
if this wasn't done,
Mm-hmm.
and for him to like the day before have that dream and then the next day act on it, and then it showed the side he wasn't prepared for, the side of I'm going to come out okay, because he was prepared for I'm about to go away.
Yeah.
He got hit with I'm here to stay.
Wow.
I love that story. Like, bro, that's nothing but God.
Nothing but God. And listen, in this day and age, you're going to need that. From 2025 and beyond, if you're not in tune with God, you're not going to make it, Jack. We're going towards
2020 was the introduction to you really needing to know that.
there it is. Hindsight is 2020.
No, because I even I'm in tune with knowing like the lunar year, like the year of the dragon
Mhm.
was last year. The wood dragon,
Mm-hmm.
truths was going to lead to awakenings. Because now we're in the year of the snake.
Mm-hmm.
All things are going to be awakened in present, and then you're going to know your role, going like a talent, role, gift that you have in yourself that you're going to act upon going into this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from almost everyone going into the year of the snake, especially if you're born. I think year 2001.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Look, Kanye is the year of the snake as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a lot of what you see with him going on is kind of flourishing, and a lot of the truth that he spoke on are kind of coming to light.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of that stuff you got to be pay attention to too. Like you never all that's all those are all the spiritual things that are also going on as well. And that kicks in next the day before February 1st.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a new moon. Lunar New Year. A lot of that lunar energy gonna be whole and fresh.
Well, yeah. Listen. I'm in tune this year too. I ain't lying. I got some things coming that people tried to ruin last time. What you say?
I say you in tune. You see the bigger picture. Ain't nothing stopping you because you in tune.
Oh yeah. 2000 and first of all, I'm a 1999 baby.
Talk to him.
I'm a Y2K baby. So the numbers that add up to my birthday and all of it, I just don't want to. Is first of all March 4th. Remember earlier I said that used to be inauguration day.
Yep.
March 4th is a phrase. We March 4th. March 4th. We don't march back. We March 4th. And guess what? That's what I'm doing this year. So y'all, it's been an hour and a half, but I just wanna I forgot what else I was gonna talk about. They done burned down people's houses in California. I thought they was gonna cut our power off again this year with this ice storm, but they didn't do that. But I don't put nothing past them.
I lost power this morning in my house.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How? Why?
I woke up, no lights, like nothing on.
You ain't paid a bill. I'm just
Boy, it came on later when I got
Yeah.
home. But this morning it was off for like 3. Cause my mom a teacher. She had to work from home. So
Mhm.
it was like she couldn't teach like 3 classes. The
No, they're not gonna be.
No, they ain't.
They won't.
But the boss though.
Yeah, no. They always gonna be mad.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
But that's why I gotta um find a way to get it, without depending on stuff. Because what I've learned from working in churches, Akili,
Talk to me.
people can switch up how they feel anytime
Facts.
to accommodate somebody else who's a tither, who gives money, and somebody
Taught me something.
who has more influence and who's been there longer. That's what I've experienced playing as a musician. There's a lot of politics and all that. I love God.
Oh wait, yo, hey yo, wait a minute.
Let me cut the stream off because I can talk. I can talk so much. I'm not gonna talk about it. It's so much. It's so much. It's so much. I had this old dyke lady when I was at this one church. She said something about my heart not being pure because I called out another lady because she was so rude to me. She was so rude ever since she got there. Just belittling the way I play, laughing at me in the middle of rehearsal. Oh, you play like that? Oh, ho, ho, ho. So I called her a dyke. I called her a fat dyke. And them people they got mad at me, but they like to back you into a corner, and then when you react, say, see?
Then play victim after they were the one.
That's how they do. This is how, and when you're the anointed one, the chosen one, that's what they do at church. When you're around fakes and phonies who wrap it around in church like they're so holy and so righteous and so good.
They almost be hypocrites, but that's none of my
It's not
business.
almost. They are.
That's none of my business.
I don't have a problem with anybody. But one thing I know, if you're going to stand up here and act like you are this, and if you're going to mess with me at all and try me at all, you're going to feel hell. You're going to open up the gates of hell. Because just like God,
God don't play about me.
he don't play about me. Just like God can open up a door for your blessing, he can open up a gate to hell for you. And you'll get no rest. And those people over at that church got no rest. God is whooping you right now. I already know it, man. You can't mistreat God's people. And I'm over here thriving. I'm blessed. I'm doing it. You can't play with God's people. And I'm going to have some funerals to play at, too. You'll see it. I don't have to explain it or anything like that. So, with that being said, April 12th. Did you have anything else you want to say?
Oh, I always tell everybody, I come across whenever my message, we stay beautiful. So everyone watching, thank Darius for letting me be on your show
Like-
today on the DMK in the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all make sure y'all definitely come through. Y'all stay beautiful. And that's the message forever and always with me and Kiwi. You stay beautiful out here.
That's it. Guys, April 12th, that's a pink moon, full pink moon. I made sure, and I had it planned already, but once I ran it across my people, I figured that I would piggyback off of their event because their event, my people do real estate and they build.
Okay.
So they're going to have an event April 5th. I want to shout out the Thibodeau family, my mom and stepdad, wonderful people. They do what they do. They're having their event. I don't want to get it wrong, but I believe it's called the Duplex Flex. And they are going to take you to the next level when it comes to business, real estate, all of that, with the mindset and the expertise they have. But I'm going to piggyback off of that. Now, the average mind would say I'm copying them, but I had this planned months ago. So a week after theirs, I'm having my event. I'm going to sell my books and all that stuff. And I want you guys to come out and support. We're going to have live music. Karaoke, you can come up and sing what you want. I'm going to show you how to play a song so you can play with the band. All of it. It's going to be a really fun time. Big Trey is going to come out and he going to He gonna strip for the ladies.
Big Trey gonna strip for the ladies.
I'm joking. I'll be outside. I'm joking. But no, y'all, I'm really grateful for this year, these blessings that are getting ready to come. And my scripture for today is, I shall live and not die and declare the works of the Lord. That part, I'm not going to die. They want Maestro to die, trust me. But it's going to come to them, not me. I'm good over here. I'm blessed. I'm kept. You know, and, you know, this game, I'll make it to 2091, 2092. 2,100, hey, y'all can have that. But 2091, 2092, I'll be here. Well, that's when and then, Akili, what's your year? Whenever God says.
Yeah, that for real. No,
Mhm.
honestly, no. That's the main thing. Shoot.
Mhm.
God says I can be here to 110. Hey,
Mhm.
God, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
I look. My grandma had talked to me regularly about that.
Mhm.
Like, man, Keely, I'm 96. I don't know if I'm see 97.
Mhm.
I said, Grandma, we think, look, we count every day until we get to 97. If
Mhm.
we do, look, God let if she allowed that 365. He allowed you to see last year 366. So look, hey.
You see, I've had a mindset change this year. At one point, I couldn't see myself living past 2017.
Hmm.
Couldn't see myself living past 2020. Couldn't see myself living past 2021. Especially 2022, because I lost my granddad, my uncle, within 3 months. And I thought I would be number 3, because they say it comes in threes.
Yeah.
And those two were my niggas, man. I tell you, those was my niggas. So I was like, in the house, I'm like, I don't want to go. Just stay away from me.
Yeah.
Couldn't. And then when I got 25, because there was a point I couldn't see myself making it past 25. But now, I can see far. You know how they say the future?
Yeah.
The future.
The foresight.
Even beyond, I see my legacy beyond after I'm gone. Through my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, the dynasty.
That's beautiful.
I never imagined I'd have a little brother and sister. I love them. But when I saw them, I saw the future. I said, I can't give up. I gotta get this out of my mind, holding me back of not being able to see past the now. I didn't have to have no kids, thank God. But I can see clearly now. The rain is gone. I'm unstoppable. So April 12th, come on out, 7:30. And I'm gonna have a album release party for Shades of Blue on March 1st. Check out my YouTube channel, my music channel, my artist channel, rather, Darius Marquis. I got music coming out on there. I have new books coming out. I've got two new books, the DMK, uh, DMK
Take your time. Take your time.
piano playbook for kids, for little hands. And then I have DMK Keys, a simple guide to piano and music theory. And I got some more coming out. So I want you guys to check that out. And without anything else being said, remember, keep the keys moving. Keep the keys moving. Yeah. Until next time, it's your boy DMK. We're out.